Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more Let's Play Chameleon Twist. Today we're going to be heading off to level 5, which is Kids Land. Oh boy, this level's going to be sweet. Quite literally, of course. Let's go and get started. And the reason why this place is so sweet is because there are all kinds of different sweets, and sweets are swarming this level. The stage is full of chocolate, wafflers, and other yummy looking things. But it isn't a piece of cake to clear. There's lots of action and puzzle to solve. I think that's a typo. I think he meant to say there's lots of action and puzzles to solve. Not singular puzzle, but multiple puzzles. But hey, these things unfortunately happen and sometimes get lost within translation. I wonder if this game was developed in Japan first and then translated over here to the United States. Probably. Most video games are like that nowadays, especially JRPGs. And by JRPGs, I mean Japanese role-playing games. One thing I'm going to go ahead and admit right now is that this particular recording session is a second take. The reason is because I tried recording this Dang it. I tried recording this level the other day. Well, that was weird. And that was stupid. Okay, back to what I was saying. I tried recording this level the other day and after sitting off of it and thinking about it for a while, I didn't like the way the commentary turned out, so after doing a little bit of thinking, I decided to say screw it, and I'm just going to go ahead and redo this level and the whole entire thing altogether. And the reason for this, I just explained. Why am I repeating myself? I have no clue. So after finding out that the commentary didn't turn out so well, I actually didn't explain what I didn't like about the commentary. And that was what I meant to explain, but I got sidetracked somehow. But anyways, the reason why I didn't like the commentary from the last recording session, or more or less the last time I attempted to record this, is because I had practically no energy and phone calls, of course. Hello? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to bring up some laundry. My mother asked me to bring up some laundry, and that's what I had to do. I know I just repeated myself there, but hey, these things happen sometimes. And man, by the way, I had to walk all the way downstairs from my bedroom here to the basement. That's 2 flights of stairs, like 13 stairs for the basement and 12 for just for the second floor. Oh man. Being obese plus stairs equals tired old me. I really gotta work on losing weight. And just like every other person with a New Year's resolution, that's practically what my goal is. To lose this weight. I mean, right now I'm practically sitting at 400 pounds. Dang it! Thought I could be a little bit clever and try to, oh, I don't know, cheat the system. But, nope, the game was not having that. Though if you are fast enough, you can cheat the system very easily just by, like, setting 1 pixel of yourself onto another platform and then very quickly hopping back onto the same platform that you took. Doing so will allow you to, well, be able to move on. Well, no, actually. It'll allow you to take the platform back to where you previously were without any sort of penalty. although you have to be quick after arriving back at your previous destination. So here, normally it wouldn't be possible to go back to the main platform over there by the door, unless I take this other platform. If I don't walk off like an idiot first. Dang it. Looks like I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. And I'm trying to show off... Just trying to show off that, yes, it can be done, it's just... difficult. And I think I took the wrong platform again. No, I took the right one. Good. Just what I wanted to do. Alright, getting back into the previous discussion I was talking about. The previous commentary of the recording session of which you didn't see, it lacked energy. It truly did. And honestly, I wasn't talking very much throughout the commentary, and I was also relatively pissed. And the reason for this was just having a bad day in the world of Call of Duty. Especially with Infinite Warfare being such a financial flop. In every sense of the word. It's just bad. Yet I'm a sucker for punishment. And I like playing games. Like, in the style of the Angry Video Game Nerd. Except I keep playing it over and over and over again. I'm a sucker. What can I say? I'm a COD sucker. Like, I'm trying my absolute hardest to find something that I like about the game. And there are some good things. There are. It's just... a lot of the negative aspects of the game are just overthrowing the positives. Also sweet. Don't even need to take that platform back down. By the way, in order to solve this puzzle, it's a light puzzle. Just step on the platform with the light, and just be sure not to touch the floor, because in this case the floor is lava. No, not really, but still, you shouldn't touch the floor. Also overestimated. Great. Now here's another really fun room, and the reason for this is due to having to stick your tongue on the poles in order to reach a platform that's like further ahead of you or behind you. And you also have to be sure to spin in the right direction, otherwise you're just going to simply plummet to your untimely doom and have to restart the entire room. But hey, even if you get a game over, the worst that happens is just you restart the room. Also, in the previous recording session, I mentioned that the gold hearts replenish 3 hearts. This is true, yes. However, what I didn't know until the previous session was that the big gold hearts restore all of your life. All life lost up to that point, you can get back right then and there. Have I mentioned that this place is incredibly weird, but also kind of reminds me of another place within the Sonic universe? You know the one. If you played Sonic Colors, you should know exactly where I'm talking about. Another thing I haven't mentioned yet about the previous session is that I was practically running around like a headless chicken trying to figure out where the hell these crowns were, because in this level, the crowns are the most well hidden as of yet. I mean, seriously, they are so well hidden and very easily missable. Like a few rooms back, you know that one room with the 2 poles and the couple of cookies that just spawn in? Well, until I looked up a guide, I didn't even know that you had to approach the 2 poles from multiple angles and pull yourself from one pole to another until you got all of the enemies to spawn, and you have to kill them all. And only then the crown would appear, which I've shown off not that long ago, but hey, I'm just throwing that out there. Also, here's the hardest room. One of the hardest rooms in the level. Also, this isn't falling from the previous recording session, this is just a personal observation from not only trying to go after all the missing crowns, but I noticed that... And there I go. Dang it. I've noticed that this room and a couple of other rooms that are like this... Whoa. Hey, that works. Okay, back to what I was saying. Way to go, May. Spin in the wrong direction, why don't ya? Oh, this is going to end badly. Yep. Of course. I get talking, and then I start falling. This isn't really that hard of a room, but I'm making it a lot harder than it needs to be. Especially when I keep doing stupid stuff like that. Okay, back to the observation thing. This is not going to end well. You know what, screw this. I'm just going to cut. See you in a moment. There we go. Was that so hard? No, it really wasn't. Okay, back to the observation thing. Again, for like the 5th time in a row. These blocks look like the blocks from Super Mario Bros. On the NES. How did this team get away with this? No clue. Then again, maybe it's just coincidental. Just coincidence. That's all there is to it. Here's something else I haven't mentioned yet, but then again, maybe I have in another video and I just can't quite remember when. There are 2 different types of firing modes that you can engage after eating multiple enemies. The first mode is your standard machine gun mode. Doing so will release all enemies at once and fire all the enemies in the machine gun style. The other style which you can fire your enemies is single shot. To execute a single shot after excuse me, eating multiple enemies, push the Z button instead of the B button. This way it'll allow you to hit multiple enemies at once rather than having to hit a single enemy and then potentially not only kill them, but also waste the rest of your ammo. That's something else that I just feel like bringing up. Also, I thought I managed to cheat the system, but then I walked off like an idiot. Go me. Go me. Where does this go? Did I take this before? I don't think I have, so that's nice. By the way, in this room, I missed a crown during the previous recording session. Which I know I've been tooting my own horn and just been saying this the entire freaking video, but honestly, I don't care. I just feel like mentioning it and explaining what went down, what was going on, what went through my mind. Just feel like throwing it out there just for funsies, because it's fun. By the way, I haven't mentioned this yet either, but if you happen to hold the R button, you go into some sort of standstill, and some sort of aiming reticle shows up. Worth it! Worth the death, that is for sure. Because at least now I have that crown. Okay, back to what I was saying. Hold R to stand still and pull up some sort of little aiming reticle. You kind of have this after eating a single enemy or multiple enemies no matter what, but doing so will allow you to stand still and be a bit more precise with your aim, rather than having to move around all the freaking time. Doing this will give you an advantage, meaning it'll allow you to be more precise with your shots, and if you have multiple enemies, or no, if you have a single enemy, this will help you tremendously with your aiming, and Dang it. Just simply wasn't fast enough. By the way, I do believe it is possible to cheat the system in some areas, though, quite frankly, it's more or less in line with speedrun tactics, and these speedrun tactics can be quite dangerous. Speaking of speedruns, actually, I'll get back to that in a moment. In this room, this is the only room that I know of that forces you to use the free roam camera. The other camera, which we've been using for quite some time now, it won't allow you to use that particular camera. Dang it, overestimated. Dang it. Ugh, I hate this room. I bloody hate this room. Also, hi there, weird-ass lag. How is that happening? Well, I don't exactly have the most logical explanations, but I'll give it my best shot anyway. The logical explanation that I can most likely come up with is that because the camera is behind some sort of transparent wall that is shrouded in light, it's not going to tell you can't tell it your sins, and it won't sharpen its knife. It just won't work that way. But anyways, as the light's shining in the room, as the light is shining, it's creating, it's doing something to make the game lag more. Also, sweet. All 23 crowns in one shot. Just what I wanted to do. The crown placement here is incredibly tricky. Like, so tricky that I had to go through this level twice in order to figure out where the crowns were. Also, I had to use a guide, too. Sweet. That works perfectly. That does not work perfectly. Okay, getting back to what I was saying about the whole... Are you kidding me? How did that fail? I don't get it. Maybe I lost too much momentum trying to make the jump. That's really the only thing I don't like about playing old retro games on the HD TV. Sometimes input lag can be a major problem. Though the input lag is not that noticeable to me, it may be noticeable for those who are considered purists within the retro gaming scene. Even a couple of milliseconds can throw you off big time and can cause you to not only fail at platforming, but also not be able to beat certain enemies due to timing windows being so small. And those timing windows I'm talking about is like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Though I have not played such a game, I'm just saying it's a thing. Okay, let's do this right. If the camera will work with me... It's another thing I don't really like about this game, is the camera. Sometimes the camera can be very, very finicky and wonky. Just what I wanted to do. Perfect. And there we go. We finally reached the end, and the boss this time looks like a cake. And yeah, the cake is a lie. It's a pure lie. It's a mechanical strawberry cheesecake of doom with strawberry bombs and a nuclear strawberry bomb too. Unlike some of the other bosses in the game, this boss in particular takes the least number of hits out of all the bosses in the game. And the reason for this... Well, didn't quite mean to do that, but it works. Come on, move! The reason why this boss takes so little damage, or more or less doesn't take a lot to kill this thing, is because the pieces of chocolate that operate the strawberry shortcake is so very few. There are only 4. There's only 4 little pieces of chocolate operating the strawberry cheesecake. Or just the strawberry shortcake. Did I call it a cheesecake? I could go for some cheesecake right now, but after eating all of the operators of the strawberry shortcake or cheesecake, whatever it is, it's destroyed and level is cleared. And a new record. Sweet! Sweet. Sweet baby Ray, that is freaking awesome. And with that, this video is complete. Finally, after like 23 minutes. Well, either way, that's it. That's that. I'm done. This is General Snivy with Let's Play Chameleon Twist. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Next time, we're going to be heading into the final level of the game, which is Ghost Castle. Ooh, spooky. Maybe not. Who knows? Either way, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.